I am trying out an experiment tonight. I do not usually do live videos. If you are one of my subscribers, you know that I usually do some editing and I film everything ahead of time, and I'm kind of that person. But I thought tonight I would try something live, and so that's what we're doing. And what I wanted to chat about, because I've made a video for April's Build a Minifigure parts, I wanted to talk a little bit about the differences in Lego stores. So I am blessed. Uh, God has allowed me to live in an amazing place and have an amazing job. And I live near Franklin, Tennessee, where there is a Lego store. And about 30 minutes from that Lego store is another Lego store in Nashville. In Nashville, at the Opry Land Hotel and the Opry Mills Mall, there is another Lego store. And so I am blessed in that I can easily, without spending too much time of my day, get over to two different Lego stores pretty easily. And it's fascinating to me the differences in those two stores. There are some differences not only in what product they have. The Nashville store is a lot bigger. They often have a lot more product, but also the differences in their minifigure selection and their Build a Minifigure section. And so there I've got out some of the minifigures from April, and I did a video on this not too long ago. Let me lower my camera down here a little bit. Sorry. There we go. And so if you watch that video, or if you've seen what they have in the Lego store right now in the Build a Minifigure section, we've got the boy with the hidden disabilities lanyard on, who's really cool. You've also got the guy with the koala bear, and he's got a really cool back print that says rescue, and it's got a little koala on it and some Lego pieces. There's some really fun little puppies. There is a firefighter right now, and also a race car driver. Now, when I went into the store in Franklin in my video, those are what I picked up. Those are the four new ones. These guys right here are your four new ones. And so the store in Franklin had the new ones on April 1st. No April Fool's joke here. I went in, they had the new ones. I had to buy 2 boxes worth. So actually, they had put out some older pieces, the little mushroom girl, as well as a surfer from last year. And I just love that hair, and I picked it up. And so they regularly do not let me down in Franklin. But it's funny because Nashville is only 30 minutes away, that their stock of Build a Minifigure pieces are completely different. And so I was there last week, and they did not have any of these new April pieces. They didn't have any of them there. But they did have the birthday pieces in their bins. And so in Franklin, 30 minutes away from Nashville, there they will not let you buy these new, what they call birthday pieces, unless it's your birthday. And so if it's your birthday, you can go in, you can buy the birthday pieces. And they also had, well, he lost his head. They had the gesture and the elephant. And so they had these pieces in their Build a Minifigure section in Nashville. But what was crazy to me was Franklin, 30 minutes away, had all the new pieces for April. But in Nashville, a bigger store, they didn't have any pieces, but they did have some interesting stuff. They had pulled out a bunch of stuff from prior months, things that we have seen in the past. They have some cats. They had the German Shepherd, the French Bulldog, the black cat, as well as the game controller. And so they had some really cool pieces in there. But it's fascinating to me to think about how Nashville, which is a bigger store, had not gotten any of these new pieces in. And what was even funnier was I asked the guy when I was checking out about these pieces, and I specifically mentioned the koala bear, and he was like, "No, man, I haven't seen those. I'm not even sure if we're getting anything like that." And so that just goes to show you, one, that each store works differently and independently of each other. For instance, in Franklin, you have to buy 3 figures and accessories. But as you can see, when I went to Nashville, I just bought 15 pieces. Depends on the store. You have to ask the employees, can I just buy 15 pieces? Some stores will let you, some won't. So that's one difference, but also the difference in that one store got the April parts on April 1st, and one store had not received them yet. And so that to me is just kind of crazy. And but I wanted to make a video and kind of talk through this. I've not done a lot of live stuff, so this is an experiment for me. But to tell people before you, if you've got to drive a long way to the Lego store, before you just head out and drive an hour or something crazy, call them and make sure they've got the new parts you want. The employees are always very friendly. They're always knowledgeable of what they've got. And it's interesting. I don't know if it has anything to do with the bigger store in Nashville that they have a lot of these older parts. I mean, it's been quite a while since we had squirrels in there, I think. But they had some of these older parts that I haven't seen in a while. And they still had some of the Ninjago parts where Franklin didn't have any of the Ninjago parts. They had completely cleared them out. And they had the new figures. And then they had these springtime figures in bins that were all very organized. They'd organized everything, and you could easily pick out these pieces. Whereas these guys were all kind of mixed in with other stuff. But did not see the surfer in Nashville. So it just depends on where you go and what they've got. And I would always encourage you, especially if you've got a long distance to drive. For me, I can hop in my car and be in Franklin in not too long, and that's not a big deal. Um, but if you got a long ways to drive, make sure you call and ask them if they've got what you are looking for. I did not get all the birthday pieces out of Nashville. I am still going to go on my birthday and get those pieces. I was promised by one of the employees. He was like, "We'll have them on your birthday." I was like, "My birthday's in September, man." And he was like, "No, no, we'll have them. We'll have them." And so, anyway, hello, Justin. So that's my spiel on building minifigures. You never know from store to store what you're going to have, and I have been in some stores when I'm traveling, and they have pieces for forever ago. I went down to the Mall of America last year, and it was really exciting and really cool. But they had a huge amount of building minifigure parts and parts from a long time ago, and so I wonder if some of these bigger stores, like the one in Nashville, which is bigger than the one in Franklin, get more build a minifigure parts. They tend to hang on to them longer. It's obvious they've been storing up some of these. They didn't put them out. They've saved them for this time. Even the little white cat. I haven't seen him in a while. But Build a Minifigure has some great parts in the Lego store right now. So go by, check them out. But make sure if you're looking for something specific, give them a call because they can usually help you figure out what they've got. There are also some great parts on the Pick-a-Brick section of the Lego website. I have recently bought pigeons. This is a new piece for me. Pigeons are really cool. They will go great in a city. I had not seen this butterfly piece before, so I picked it up on the Pick-a-Brick. And so some cool pieces on the Pick-a-Brick right now. I am going. This, like I said, this is kind of an experience. Experience. It is an experience, but it's an experiment. And I'm going to try to do another experiment later this week, and we'll open up some Series 23 minifigures. I found these at Dollar General. What's interesting about Dollar General is that if you go in and you buy something, a lot of times on your receipt they will give you this $5 off $25 coupon, and so you spend $25, you get $5 off. All the Dollar Generals that I ever go to in Tennessee always have minifigures. Every once in a while, you'll luck out like I did, and you'll find some old minifigures. These were actually from Lexington, Tennessee, and West Tennessee, from a Dollar General, kind of out in the sticks, out in the country. And so a lot of people didn't go through and buy minifigures. And so I went in and I bought a couple minifigures. I got the coupon. Then I went back on Saturday. Usually it is a Saturday only coupon, as you can see there. This is on April 4th. And I got $25 in minifigures. Well, I got $30 in minifigures, but got $5 off. So, but on the lookout for another live. I'm going to try to open up some of those on a live video, and like I said, it's kind of an experiment. So if you enjoy this, let me know. Thanks for watching. If you subscribe, thanks. If you don't subscribe, hit me up. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love a subscription. It doesn't cost you anything. Really helps me out, and I love to talk about Lego. So if you want to leave me a comment, leave me a comment in the chat. Till next time, keep building.